Welcome back to Mornings with Jaresha. Don't you just love how quick the week just flies by when it's a short week? But it doesn't change the fact that we all have so much to do in the short week. But today I want to give you something to think about on this Wednesday, hump day. Today the question is, are you giving your goals, dreams, and purpose 110%? Now, many of us have heard this expression used over and over again. We have used this expression ourselves, but it truly means to go over and beyond the perimeters, to go over and beyond in order to complete the task efficiently. So if someone tells you, give it 110%, they're asking you to go over and beyond and to really give that task or project your absolute maximum attention and effort. This expression has been used in so many different environments, from business to personal, relationships, sports, so on and so forth. And it's really all about doing your best and performing at maximum capacity. And I thought this was a really great question to ask ourselves every single day. And to me, that question looks like this, or those questions look like this. What do I need to do today to ensure I'm giving my all, or giving 110%? And what behaviors line up with 110%? What mindset do I need for 110%? What actions do I need to take for 110, for giving 110%? And what attitude is required? And then you can also ask yourself, who is it that you need to connect with to ensure that you're going to be performing at 110%? Because often, we need to be connecting with people. And connecting, I mean, even your support system. So to ensure that you are operating at 110%, who is it that you need to connect with today to ensure that you're going to be at 110%? And on the flip side of that, who do I need to send to voicemail, mute, and ignore to ensure I'm performing at 110%? And for me, that's all about protecting your energy, for you performing and operating at 110%. See, 110% is always a requirement when you're focused on that dream, that goal, and your purpose. I'm not sure why we think if we give 60% here and 80% there, that we will have the best outcome and see the results we truly deserve. And, the thing is, if you think about it this way, you get what you give. Okay. So if you only perform or put in 60% of work, don't expect to have a greater reward. And we really need to check our expectations. So I think about this, and I think about it, as every time I've gone to like some kind of restaurant, okay, and how we have high expectations for anytime we're going to go out to a restaurant to eat. We have expectations that the service will always be the best, and you expect to have great food in a timely fashion with great service. Now, think about it. If everyone that is in the restaurant, from who greets you when you step foot into the restaurant, to your waiter or waitress, and then from the cook or the chef that is preparing your food, you want everyone operating at 110%, right? So think about it, if everyone was operating at like 60 to 80% with customer service, with the food quality and the delivery of your food, you would be ready to complain, right? You'd be ready to complain. You would probably never visit the restaurant ever again. You would be ready to write a bad review, talk to the manager. But Are you operating at 70%, 60%? And are you okay with it? I mean, think about it. You're ready to complain about not receiving the service, the quality that you're wanting, because you want everyone to be giving you 110%. But what about what you're giving yourself? Has a complaint been filed if you're giving 70%? Who can I talk to when I'm not the one performing at 110%? It's so easy for us to be able to say, oh, I have bad service. Let me talk to the manager. Let me write a complaint. Let me, figure out who I need to speak to in order to share this, because it's not acceptable. However, we accept ourselves not operating every single day at 110%. So I'll tell you who we need to talk to. We need to talk to ourselves. And I know this may this thing is really quite interesting, because again, when you're not operating at 110%, do we really have the conversation with ourselves? And I think we should. I definitely think we should have a conversation with ourselves to check ourselves and say, you know what? This is ridiculous. I can do better. I know I can do this. This is absolutely unacceptable. You have everything you need within you, and yet you insist on operating at 75% every single day. And so I feel like we need to have those conversations with ourselves and tell ourselves, I can do better. I know this is unacceptable. I have everything I need within me, yet I insist on operating at 75%, 80% every single day when I can give it 110%. And it may require taking baby steps. So it may require you taking baby steps to perform at 100% today, and then tomorrow you push it for 105%, until you get to 110%. But we have to be able to look at this and say, you know what, today I recognize that I'm not performing at my full capacity. I recognize that I'm not performing at 110%. And tomorrow I'm going to scale it up. I'm going to do better. I'm going to get to 100%. But you're going to have to stretch yourself. You're going to have to deal with your mindset, because your mindset is what determines what happens next and whether you move or whether you stay stagnant. Remember, belief drives behavior, and our belief drives results. So if you're not getting the results you desire, check your mindset, because that is where it starts. You start believing that you can give 110% and give it your all. And guess what? Your behavior and actions start lining up with the next thing. The next thing that you are going to be where you want to be, and exactly where you want to be at that 110%, giving your absolute all and reaching the success that you want, the success that you desire, the success that you deserve. When I was working on getting my MBA, I was a single mom with 4 children, and I was working a full-time job. And there were times when a part of me kept saying, girl, it's only one class or one assignment. Just let it go. You have way too much on your plate. There's so much going on. You're working full time, taking care of 4 kids full time. You're trying to get up super early in the morning, and you're going to bed really late at night so that you can get your assignments done. It's just one assignment. You don't have time to do the extra work or to write that paper this time by the deadline. And every time I would have to remind myself that 110% means you give 110% at all times. You don't get to slack off. You don't get to say, today I'm only going to perform at 95% because of some kind of excuse. So you don't get to slack off. You have to show up every day for your goals, for your dreams, for your purpose. You have to show up ready, willing, and able to work like your life depends on it, because it does. You don't get to slack off and make excuses for being average when you have extraordinary and exceptional goals, dreams, and a purpose that requires you to be extraordinary and exceptional every single day. So I did what I needed to do. I got up and changed my mindset. I said, I won't allow an excuse to stop me. I will not allow an excuse to stop me from getting this done, from finishing this paper, from finishing this assignment. And we have to do that. We are better than any excuse that we're going to give. I know that because of my goals, I know that because of just putting in the work, putting in the blood, the sweat, and the tears, I know that because of my goal of getting my MBA, I knew that that goal was bigger than me. I know that it was important for me to finish my graduate degree as a single mom of 4 children in a society that said, no, she can't, no, she won't. And I said, really? Watch me. And I did. I did it for me. I did it for my 4 children. I did it for my goals, dreams, and purpose, because I knew that this was the one of the pieces of the puzzle that I didn't get to stop or slack off. And I didn't do it. I didn't slack off. I said, you know what? I'm no longer going to keep saying, you know what? It's just one paper. It's just one assignment. I'm going to put in the work that I knew that I needed to do. And so I kept telling myself, and you have to tell yourself, again, that goes back to that narrative and that self-talk that you have to be willing to tell yourself when you see that you're not giving your 110%. I said I didn't get to slack off. I didn't get to stop. So you don't get to stop. You don't get to slack off now, especially when you recognize that 110% is a requirement and a prerequisite for success. You have to get up and move. And in your dreams, your goals, your purpose deserves all of you. So today is your chance to give your 110% to your goals, your dreams, and your purpose. And if you have been giving it less than, let that stay in yesterday. Today is a new day. Today is a new day and a new opportunity for you to show up different for yourself. So it's time. It's time. I hope you are ready, because it's time to execute. It's time to execute. It's time to give 110% for your goals, your dreams, and your purpose. It's time. I hope you're ready. It's time. Let's get it. Let's go.